to rest your heads. The night is so quick to take the sun away. The morning is growing near, and they'll be here, waking up us, night that is over, making song, saying it was all just a dream, meaning all of this has happened all. I don't want to go.
Where is the lamplighter? Bring us the lamplighter. Bring on the night so we can turn forever from today. Where is the lamplighter? Bring us the lamplighter. Bring on the night so we can turn forever from today. Get us the lamplighter. We need the lamplighter. Take the sun away.
So tomorrow can come around all the sooner. In the dreams that I've had, when the new day is born, it will be such a beautiful day, and I will not be able to stay away moments longer.
Bring up hope to take us on, to help us carry on. The darkness walls, the lamplight glows, and the streets look different, empty. You catch your breath and close your eyes. You made it through another day. In the dreams that I've had, when the new day is born. The cobblers are busy making shoes to cover the feet of every child. The bakers work through the night, making loaves for hungry mouths. No one has to starve, no one has to cry. No one has to walk through the streets of fear. No one has to die just for trying to live.
What I would give for that day.
What would I give for that? 10 pence,
Just now the night that is over. The night is coming to take the sun away. The morning is making all of this happen all.
I don't want to go. If on the streets of the city, you only ever see things one way. Where is the lamplighter? Bring us the lamplighter. If on the streets of the city, you only ever see things one way. Where is the lamplighter? Bring us the lamplighter. We need the lamplighter. Take the sun away.
Take the sun away. Take the sun away. I absolutely hate it here. Despise it here. We should have made it positively clear. We're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. So we get punished for something he did wrong. Forced to leave the one place we belong. Not excited, far from delighted. Remember the ones we used to like it.
Aggie, let us go in. I am tired of export.
I shan't spend a moment longer in that house than I have to.
Father said we're awfully lucky to have found somewhere for rent at such short notice. If it wasn't for good old Mr. Drew...
Good old Mr. Drew nothing. I rather think he's a silly old goat. Mother says he locked himself in the attic, which I think is creepy and strange.
Aggie!
Well, I wish he hadn't let us rent it. I don't want to live here. I want to go home.
There is surely only one thing worse than being stuck here.
And what might that be?
Being stuck here with you.
Henry Shelton.
Well, you are spoilt and tiresome.
What does that make you then, dear brother?
Hungry. Now come along. It's to surely supper at any moment.
There's a door here, Henry.
There are many doors here.
This one is locked.
It is obviously locked for a reason.
I shall make it my duty to discover that reason. I must have something to occupy my mind in this dreadful circumstance.
I am sure we will none of us forgive Father this indignity in any hurry.
Aunt Jane said they printed it in the newspaper.
Be thankful then, that most who would care cannot read.
Yes, indeed. Let's be thankful for the unfortunate, uneducated people. Thank goodness for their stupidity.
Whatever he did must have been terribly serious to land us in these circumstances.
Of all the obvious statements to make, oh, Henry, I should have been born a boy. My intelligence far exceeds yours.
When I am a scholar, better still, a lawyer, I shall write to you and remind you of such thing. It will no doubt help to occupy your mind, whilst you are embroidering or darning your poor husband's socks.
I shall never darn or have a husband. Not a poor one, anyway. A lawyer, Henry, you do not wish to follow your father into politics?
What? Me thrown out of politics like him?
Not seem fair to hear you say it. We're a laughing stock.
Needless to say, I do not care much for politics at the moment.
I shall find out what lies behind this door. I shall no doubt dream tonight of all the wonderful things that it could be. Somewhere I can hide away from all of this.
Don't be so serious. I didn't mean to tease.
It's not you. Things will be better when Kitty comes to join us. She'll talk to us, explain all of this.
That's the spirit. Now come on, it's getting dark. We'll be forgotten.
I suppose you can wait a little. I smell crumpets.
Feel like I've done a week's labour out there. What with that autumn coming in? Any word from Mr. Drew?
Still doesn't want to be bothered. I took his tray up to him earlier. He was singing away to himself, cheerful as anything.
Must be our new arrivals.
Mr. and Mrs. Shelton. Dare say we're in for some interesting times ahead.
What is it? Third tenants this year? Must be something about them that caught his attention.
Mr. Shelton, no doubt.
Yeah, I heard there was a story there. I was sent to fetch a newspaper last week, and I'm sure Mr. Drew wanted it to read up on the matter.
And?
You know how eager the master gets to read up on the week's events? Never got a chance to even have a peek.
It's a shame he won't come down from up there. He could see for himself what's what in the world.
He has his reasons. Rather, he just likes us all fussing and talking about him.
You should go and make yourself known to Mr. Shelton. He's in the study.
I'll do that as soon as I've had a crumpet and cleaned up a bit.
I'd better get a candle. The night's nearly upon us.
It's a long time since we've had children around this place.
Perhaps with good reason. We shall soon see.
Indeed we will. Never dull round here anyway.
Don't keep Mr. Shelton waiting. He'll be tired from his journey.
Right you are, Tilly. Mr. Drew obviously has some reason for helping this man out of some predicament or other.
Seems like a good and decent man.
He must have something about him to interest Mr. Drew.
So there must be a key to it somewhere. It's almost impossible to have a lock without a key. Is it not?
It may have been lost, hidden, or stolen.
Oh, I do hope not. For that would entirely spoil the game. I will find a way in, Henry.
I do not doubt it. Now hurry, Aggie. The letter. Is it from Kitty?
Dearest Henry and Agnes, it is with a heavy heart that I write, for I wish I were able to tell you my love face to face. I'm afraid I will not be coming to join you. I cannot say exactly why, for it is not my place. I leave tomorrow for a new post in Derbyshire. I shall be tutoring an earl's children, boys or free. I cannot say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm sure in time it will be pleasant enough for me. It will take quite some time to look up and not expect to see your faces, but when I feel sad, I shall imagine you there instead. I am hopeful it will be a short-term post. Edward might soon propose marriage, so I can leave to beware. I shall from time to time send you books to read, feed your appetite for knowledge with reading. Don't ever part with your desire to learn. Be as the rich so prepared and ready for seeding. Remember all that I taught you, all that we shared. Remember things are not always entirely what they seem. Hard times can only make with good times that follow my wanderers. Where there is wrong and there is right,
Do you think she meant what she said about the father?
No, she's hiding the true feelings like everyone else. There's no doubt. She's not coming here because of him.
Master, miss, can I get you anything?
No! Leave us!
Thank you, Tilly. You didn't have to be so rude. It isn't her fault.
No, Henry! It's his! And I swear, I shall never forgive him. Never! What's through there?
Please.
I take it you're the Shelton children.
Henry and Agnes.
Aggie! I like Aggie. Can we?
I beg your pardon?
Can we go through there?
That's not for me to say.
Come along, Henry.
Only, I'm not sure Mr. Drew would want you snooping around.
What's through there? It must be awfully terrible being hiding away so.
A garden.
Just more garden.
How very disappointing.
Not just more garden. It's very special to Mr. Drew.
Please let us go and see. We only need Pete for a minute.
We wouldn't stay long. We promise.
It's not locked from this side. Only, I have warned you so.
Quite so, Mr.
Hudson. Thomas Hudson at your service. Mistress, master, and the gardener.
Well, I had been wondering what the barrel was for.
Aggie.
Come along, Henry. Let us be on our way. It was most certainly locked when I tried to the other day. It is quite the most beautiful garden I've ever seen.
Why would he want to lock it away?
I wouldn't care to share it either. This shall be my spot. Here, beneath the willow.
I should rather have any spot where the sun falls.
You are welcome to it.
Perhaps here.
It's so warm here.
You can hardly feel the autumn breeze.
Through all of our dreadful stay here, this shall be the spot which makes it all bearable.
You are a funny creature.
I think you and a girl is quite becoming.
You would. You're a girl.
Oh, Henry, this can be our garden. No one need know about it but us.
We can come there whenever we like, and do whatever we like.
And share it with no one.
You shall have your spot beneath the willow, and I shall be master of the rest. Now come on, let's run before we are discovered. We shall return tomorrow. What is it?
I thought I saw... Oh, nothing.
I have missed you. Willow, Willow, why do you weep? What have you seen that's made you so sad? Willow, Willow, why do you cry? Are you broken hearted without the love you once had?
What are you reading, mistress?
What are you doing there? You should not sneak up on someone like that. Have you been watching me?
Only for a moment. I never meant to start.
Well, you did.
I just wondered what the book was is all.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Now, Miss Book, they call me Little.
Well, listen now. This is a book of poems by a wonderful man named William Blake. He writes the most beautiful words.
Thank you. miss. Sorry to frighten you.
Please, take the book.
I certainly cannot, miss. That isn't what I meant by it.
I know, but I want you to.
I cannot take it.
You can return it when you have finished with it. I am often in the garden at this time.
I cannot.
You must.
Well, miss, I don't have the means to understand it. I can't read, see?
Then you must learn.
Me?
I will teach you.
You must find it strange to never see him.
I'm too busy to think about it.
It's most odd to let yourself away like that.
What she means is that it would be a shame if we're never to meet his acquaintance.
Shouldn't worry yourselves about it.
Perhaps your Mr. Drew has something to hide. Don't think me rude, Mr. Hudson. I'm sure I'm only speaking what others must be thinking.
Is that what your father's doing here? Eh? Hiding, is it?
No, of course not. Mr. Hudson, I have considered you so unkind.
You
I
forget
guess.
this, Shelton. You know your father pays my wages. I shall answer only to him that does.
Quite as it should be, sir.
Some folk ask too many questions and should learn when to stop. Some folk are happy shut away to a bit of peace, to their own thoughts.
Isn't that awfully dull?
The master keeps himself to himself. Perhaps you should learn to do the same.
I'm awfully sorry.
Well, let's say no more about it. Got to tend to me bees, so you'll excuse me.
A real hive.
Why ever would you want to keep bees?
None so fascinating as bees.
Ugh, I shouldn't like to get stung.
Likely, it's much like having you around, like being stung over and over. Only at least the bees make themselves useful in making honey.
I am a jolly useful girl. Honestly, I am.
I'm so sorry, sir. You see, before we came here, she was awfully spoiled.
I cannot dispute it for it is the truth. I am growing to like it here, and I'm trying to be less spoiled and precocious.
Not hard enough from where I'm stuck.
We're sorry.
Can't keep the queen waiting.
Master, mistress, your father wishes me to tell you dinner will be ready on the hour.
Thank you, Tilly. I'm worried, Tilly. I fear we have just upset Mr. Hudson.
I doubt you could upset him. I'd like an elephant him. Thick-skinned. It was all my fault. Henry, why did you not stop me?
I do try. Often. You are a little unstoppable.
We asked him about Mr. Drew. It wasn't our business to ask. I shouldn't worry. I've often wondered the hows and whys of it all, but I'll never find my way inside his mind, so I'll never know for sure.
It's an awful long time since I've seen him. He isn't so keen, he seems easy. It will become easy soon, I promise. I should go. You shall read this whole book of poems one day now.
Thank you, miss.
Goodbye now.
Miss,
What is it?
I'm not sure I should say this.
Please do.
I was only going to say that. I'm not the only one now. There are others.
Then I shall expect to see them too. Same time tomorrow?
You might believe there was no one there. I don't doubt it. But I swear to you, I saw someone.
Someone. Hudson.
No, a girl.
What was she doing?
She was just walking.
Well, she's gone now.
But what was she doing in our garden?
Perhaps it is us that is in her garden.
Oh, Henry, I find your very reasonable attitude very irritating.
Good. As brother and sister, we are meant to fight and disagree. And that is my sole purpose in being very reasonable.
Well, I shan't give up my willow.
There she is. I see her. It is a girl.
Quick, hide.
Why? Are you fearful? I never thought you'd want to frighten so
Oh,
easily.
Henry, you are a nuisance. Hudson's warning. We are trespassing after all.
Shh! Quietly, so as not to attract attention.
We can't stay long, miss.
I'm so pleased Nell has brought you here. I am pleased to meet you. Don't be frightened. You can leave whenever you wish to.
Why should anyone ever want to leave here, Miss? I've never seen a guy like you.
Tell me, today when you came here, where did you come from?
The streets, mostly.
Some of us were at the workhouse, but we went away singing.
Your family?
I haven't had to speak of, but some may have.
You have no mother to care for you. Where do you live?
Here and there.
You? What of your mother and father?
Lots of minutes, years.
I never really
So
saw
many lives.
Bobby forgotten.
Tell me, what do you do? How do you live?
When the darkness falls, the lamplight comes, and the streets look different, empty. You catch your breath and close your eyes. You made it through another day.
In the dreams that I've had.
When the new day is gone,
The cobblers are busy making shoes to cover the feet of every child. The bakers work through the night, making loaves for hungry mouths.
no one has to starve, no one has to cry, no one has to walk through the streets of fear, no one has to die just from trying to live. Tired of living on the streets of the city.
I would like to be heard.
I am not your mistress. My name is Cassandra. I am happy to hear you.
I would like to know, if you journeyed to the edge of the world, what would you find there?
You would never reach the end.
Miss,
The world is an orb, a sphere.
have you decided this?
No, of course not. Great astrologers and scientists discovered it. I read the books they wrote. The whole world is a book waiting for you to read it. So I must teach you to read.
Why, mistress? Why?
Without words we are lost and defenseless. Without thoughts we cannot reach as high. Without choice we sleep without dreaming. Without knowledge you cannot hope to fly.
Without words we are lost and defenseless. Without thoughts we cannot reach as far. Without choice we sleep without dreaming. Without knowledge we cannot hope to fly.
Please, can I ask you all to return again tomorrow?
Thank goodness we weren't seen.
I was scared to breathe in case they should hear.
Did you hear that, Henry? She's going to teach those children here in our garden.
Where did they all come from?
We should make ourselves known to her.
I don't think that's a good idea. We're not supposed to be in here. Besides, we wouldn't want to scare her or the children.
On this one occasion, you are right, brother. We shall remain out of sight.
Perhaps we should stay away a while.
Nonsense. We shall return tomorrow. This place is becoming more interesting by the minute, Henry.
How very unexpected.
Yes. What a pleasant surprise. It was a frightful journey, so far removed from where you used to live.
Dreadful, and the air here is stifling.
From the factories and workhouses, no doubt.
We're so fortunate to live by the sea.
Having the cleansing sea air in our lungs is such a vastly underrated remedy.
Yes, well at least we're here now.
And your mother?
Restraint see your mother. She's been so worried about her.
Talked of nothing else.
I found her crying early the other morning. Your mother's letters have been desperate of late.
Whatever do you mean? Desperate.
Anyone, however sturdy, would be shaken by what has happened.
She's obviously deeply upset by it
We
all.
all are.
Father is terribly sorry for all of this.
Yes, well, that is all good and well after the event.
I can make no sense of it.
It is rather difficult to comprehend exactly what it was that happened.
Let's not go into it.
I only mean that perhaps I could have some sympathy for your father if I understood what it was that led him to do what he did.
Whatever it was,
Would you not wish to talk about it?
it is to be forgotten. We shan't speak of it again. Unless any of you have anything else you wish to say on the matter. No? Well, then that is agreed.
I suppose it is pleasant enough.
After all, you can no longer afford the luxury of choice.
The decor not entirely keeping with fashion today, but I dare say, in all your worry, you've had little time to notice it. Worry.
Has someone died?
Grieve at having lost your fortune, dear cousin. If Mamma will lose our fortune for stupidity to Papa, I will be mourning forever.
We rather like it here, don't we?
Yes,
There is a wonderful
we
garden.
are not going out today. There's a chill in the air, and we wouldn't want you to fall ill and have to stay here for the duration of your recovery.
How thoughtful you are, Agnes.
Staying here any longer than absolutely necessary would be truly unbearable. I mean, if I was home so much,
Your lovely garden would just have to wait.
I shouldn't care where I was, so long as I had my face from the world.
I am very related to my marriage, and I still feel the truth of it very deeply.
When I'm out in society, I feel certain that people are looking at me and whispering behind my back. The only explanation for that is due to me being related
about the garden, can they?
He makes himself very useful around the house too.
The gardener cannot count. Does the gardener count?
The gardener cannot count, can he?
It is unlikely. I dare say he cannot read either. Count, read.
We're so desperately sorry for you. It's so unpleasant in the papers or the bus. Our hearts just bleed for you. Thank God it was not us.
The housekeeper?
Tilly.
That wretched thing at the door? Good heavens, the girl keeps the house. And she keeps it very well too.
And Hanson is a wonderful sort of fellow. We knowledge a great deal of things.
He keeps bees. How very stimulating for him.
I rather think our gardener should keep one thing and one thing alone. He should keep his nose out of our business.
Quite right.
And he should keep his opinions to himself.
Indeed.
And he should stay in the garden, where he belongs.
A beehive is an altogether fascinating piece of engineering.
Now then, where are rooms?
Such a terrible misfortune, such a frightful shame. Everybody knowing where to point the blame. Your flawless reputation's dragged through the dirt. How ashamed you all must feel betrayed and hurt.
Our mother's taking tea at 10 o'clock. I should like to breakfast like before we join them.
I take it we will not have the pleasure of your father's company.
Right. He is very busy.
I'm sure he is.
Would it be so rude as to not welcome you as guests into his home?
Well, I can barely wait.
I shall be by my lip.
Be careful, Charlotte. You might bite off your tongue by an accident of misfortune and render yourself useless.
Or worse. Choke on it. Thank you, cousin. I'd rather forgotten your most experience in choking on your pride.
We're so desperately sorry for you. It's so unpleasant in the papers or the fuss. Our hearts just bleed for you. Thank God it was not us.
Our rooms.
Tilly will show you. They're off the first landing. The boys to the left and the girls to the right.
We're expected to share.
We shall split later tonight.
Talking. I'm sure there'll be plenty to discuss.
Indeed.
Let's hope. Whatever business Mamma has with Aunt Margaret, she attends to it promptly.
What did he do? I simply must know.
It's so out of character for him not to be.
Totally wonderful.
Exactly. Solid and dependable. Like a mountain.
Do you remember what it was like before?
Of course.
I could tear their hair off the way they spoke about him.
We mustn't let them know that they hurt our
We
feelings.
must never tell them.
Never.
Agreed.
At least we've got each other.
It's like Kitty said. The higher you hold someone up, the further he can fall.
I do miss her.
Me too.
Good night.
Good night.
Throw away the key.
No doubt they'll go sing.
What is the promotion about? We have work to do.
Their father is a liar and a thief.
He is not!
Everybody knows it.
That's not true! What business is it of yours?
It would be my business if he was to steal from me.
Do you have evidence against him?
No. But
I've only interest in whether he is thief. not be frightened. Do you trust me?
Yes.
Dora? Yes.
Then let us play out a trial to find the answer. Are you your father's son?
Yes.
Then you shall represent him in this trial. I shall act as prosecution. Who wishes to present a defence?
I will.
Then take your place. You would make an excellent judge, Jacob.
I wish not to be a part of this.
You cannot be persuaded.
This is foolishness. I will play no part.
Very well. That is your trial.
Please, miss, I'm quite like to be judge.
Then you shall be listened at. You three shall act as witnesses, and the rest of you shall form a jury. Your Honour, members of the jury, I put it to you that this man, knowingly, with great malice and forethought, took something which did not belong to him, making him a rogue and a thief.
Then he must be punished, show the error of his ways, be reprimanded, made to pay for his crime for all his days.
He is a liar and a thief.
If you have any faith, then you believe.
You understand what right and wrong.
You can never take anything which does not belong to you.
Order! Did you see him?
Were you there?
Why point the finger? Why should you care?
I saw him running away, clutching a loaf of bread, as clear as the day.
Order!
We will have justice. This will not be forgotten. Traveling the city dust, we'll find the answer. The question we must ask ourselves is this
Just another loaf of bread.
just another desperate man caught in the moment of losing his head?
Just another guilty man.
Just another foolish man blaming the world for making him sad.
No matter how hard life can feel, it will never make it right to steal.
And he must be punished. Show the error of his ways. Be reprimanded. Made to pay for his crime for all his days.
How far will this desperate man go?
How far will this desperate man go?
We cannot know. Better thoughts in the dead of night.
Lurking in the shadows of the lamplighter's light. We will have justice. This will not be forgotten. Traveling the city dust, we'll find the answers. The question we must ask ourselves is this just? Is this just?
I call 2 witnesses for the defence.
I know this man, I know his life. He led a good and honest life. He has 7 young girls to feed. That is the only reason.
For his deed.
Well, he was only trying to feed his family.
If you never had to go without, he did wrong. He tried to be right. I could not watch my children starve before my eyes. I could not.
He has lost his right to freedom.
This man was never free.
We want justice.
I should rather forget the whole business.
I should also rather it.
Look at poor Dora's face. She's filled with terror.
Miss, didn't you say we're to play this out as a game?
Yet it has a feeling all too real.
What of a justice of a world allows a man to watch his children starve and expects him to do nothing?
Do you not feel his act should be punished?
I do.
Though you obviously pity this man.
I can imagine the world through his eyes.
But you do agree that he is guilty as charged.
Of what crime? Trying to feed his family?
Of stealing something which was not rightfully his to take. Something which he has made no attempt to pay for, either at the time in question or since the event. An act which is not only a sin against God, but a sin against his fellow man. Whatever his reasons, he is still a thief. Do you agree, Jacob, that this man is guilty?
I wish we had not spoken of it.
I did not mean it when I called him a thief.
Please, Jacob.
I cannot be sure that I would not have done the same.
I fear I would also.
Is he guilty?
He is guilty.
Jury,
Guilty as charged.
do you have anything to say before the sentence is passed?
He is the most honest and true man I know.
We can live without food, but without him, we are dead.
It is down to the judge to decide this man's fate.
I do not wish to. I'd rather play a different game. If he had taken the bread for himself, I wouldn't feel the same. But I am sometimes hungry, night and day. And when I am, I close my eyes to pray that Father will walk through the door with some bread. I cannot do it. I will not.
Then I am forced to pass the sentence, unless you wish to take Nell's place as judge.
Please, Jacob.
I will.
You do not wish to be part of this foolishness.
I wish to see justice done.
Then take your place.
I put it to you, jury, that this man had no choice.
Every man has a choice.
This man is good and honest in all but this one deed. He has been done the most terrible injustice at the hands of what this lady calls choice. He had to choose between betraying a neighbour or betraying his duties to his young family. What kind of choice is that for any man to come to? In his position, I fear I would have stolen 1,000 loaves by this day. But I would have been wrong and criminal in doing so. I understand any crime must be punished. I only ask you to consider a punishment that fits the crime.
What would you suggest, Your Honour?
This man should be sentenced to 1 day's labour in the bakery from where he stole the bread. In that day he will work tirelessly to repay the baker for the loaf he unlawfully took. But when night falls on that day, exhausted and covered in flour, he will return home to his family, and having learnt to make bread, he can feed his family for a lifetime. An innocent man, having paid for his crime, and finally free.
You are wise beyond your years. Let that be an end to this trial. Court adjourned. Remember, we shall meet at nightfall for the All Hallows Eve celebration. We are to share our stories and games. Mary?
Yes, mistress.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you, miss.
Only your arm.
It is nothing. I am prone to accidents, is all.
girl seems to have disappeared.
How can that have happened?
She was there.
Not anymore.
We weren't lying.
I don't remember saying you were lying. If you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
Wherever did she disappear to?
At least she's better. She couldn't have gone anywhere in that state.
She must have recovered. Shh. Listen,
I'm coming.
Faye, I'm not sharing this.
They vanished.
Disappeared completely! How is that possible?
They're nowhere to be seen.
If you'd have been quicker,
We're not built to run as you are.
where have they gone?
It would appear that through all their trouble and misfortune of late, our dear cousins have managed to mislay whatever manners they did at one time possess.
Which, as I recall, was not a great deal.
Poor dears, it is a lot to put up with for delicate children.
Agnes pretends to be fierce, claws on show ready to pounce, but she's no doubt a pussycat who, when ordered, will roll over to have her tummy tickled.
If she can ever stop this boyish silliness, it is most unbecoming.
Henry is a decent enough sort of chap.
He just has no backbone.
However, such a fool and an article of ridicule their father has become, he could never be accused of lacking backbone.
Anyway, we will be gone from here soon.
Thank goodness, I cannot bear it. I cannot sleep last night and thought of that dreadful man up there, rotting away in the attic.
What an unsettling thought. Living in someone else's house.
Someone who hides away like that, at any moment could burst out of the shadow.
We shall scare all our friends with the tale of it on All Hallows Eve.
What's that?
Henry and Agnes will be even more alone when we leave here today.
Quite so. Taking their dear mother with us.
Really? Aunt Margaret?
The sea air in her lungs will be so good for her.
Indeed, it will.
She did not take much persuading. She is so desperately unhappy here.
She may have withered to nothing if we did not come to save her.
And what of Uncle?
He shall stay here alone with the children to think of all that his reckless behaviour has caused. Perhaps he will finally see the pain he's caused us all.
Not to mention the shame.
It may take her months to recover.
I fear she may never return here.
Delicates. Pussycats. Show them.
Agnes, wait. This going.
I would like to welcome you all here on this Hallows Eve to begin our celebration. When the Celts lived here, over 1,000 years ago, they started the festival. Its purpose was to bid farewell to the summer and the harvest, and prepare for the cold, long winter months. It was said that even then, on that night, the boundaries between the worlds of the living and the dead would somehow become unclear.
I shouldn't like that at all.
It's a festival of dead and evil spirits coming back to Earth to seek vengeance.
Stop talking so.
Why? Are you frightened?
Come along. We don't have long before the dark settles properly. I fear the weather might turn against us. Let us put on our costumes to hide our faces. Do you think she'll ever come back?
I do. In my heart, I really do. You mustn't listen to them. What do they know?
But it's what everybody thinks.
I think I'd like to hear Father's side.
Sir, Miss, be sure to get yourself straight off bed. Who knows what might be lurking in the shadows?
I shan't be able to sleep.
Afraid the spirits might come for you?
No, of course not.
Our Betterly has left a candle in every room to guide the spirits back to their earthly homes.
Oh, do shut up, Henry.
And wine on the table to refresh them. Poor soul.
I'm not afraid to strike you.
Now it is I that is trembling.
There's something about the guard.
Of course. And nothing to be scared of.
She's not once yet noticed us.
And a jolly good thing it is too. You forget that it is her God. She would not thank us.
I've never seen it inside the house either.
Have you ever seen Mr. Drew in the house? Anyway, maybe she doesn't live there. Perhaps he just lets her use the garden.
But without all the children that come, she's all alone. We could be friends. I'm sure she would like me. And you are not altogether disagreeable.
She is not our business.
But where did she disappear to?
I don't know.
She's unwell.
Enough.
Good night.
Good night.
It's no good. I'm going out there.
What now?
Why not?
It's cold. Dark. There are heavy clouds moving in. Not to mention the souls of the dead that happen to be roaming the earth tonight.
You are a baby.
We're not going out.
You are right, of course. I am wrong. Good night.
Good night.
Look at the lantern. Isn't it beautiful?
It's frightening. Why carve the face of a devil into it?
They call it a jack-o'-lantern.
It's an old custom from the Irish across the sea. Jack was an Irish roll, the devil to fetch him an apple from the branches of a tree, carved across the bark to trap him.
Jack was an Irish roll, tricked the devil to fetch him an apple from the branches of a tree, carved across in the bark to trap him.
Oh, he thought himself a cunning fellow. But when he died, he was refused entry to heaven. For being mean and meddlesome, he was refused entry to hell. For the devil remembered him all too well. Forced to roam the in-between, for all eternity he carries a hollow doubt turning with a glowing cold inside to light his way.
Strike a match, light up the bonfire. The winter is here.
right, insufferable.
I'm sorry, but this is important. I just know.
Give it to me. Aggie, look.
Whatever it is.
Some kind of plaque. A memorial.
It's her name. What's the name?
Agnes, I'm looking for pity's sake. Here. Beloved memory of an amazing young woman and beloved daughter, Cassandra, who died here in the garden, November 1791.
Cassandra. Henry, what does this mean?
How am I supposed to make sense of it? The storm's getting worse. Let's go in.
No, Henry!
You'll catch cold. Oh, I'm too cold to think. I'm going in.
Please.
No. For once I do what I want. If you want to stay here, soaked to the skin, then fine. But you are doing it alone.
Please, Henry. I only want to read it again. Cassandra. It can't be. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. I didn't know you were. Henry, you're going to take me. You can see me. Am I to go with you now? No. I am Agnes. I am Cassandra. I know. And you're not real. None of this is real. Henry! It's not real! None of it! She's dead, Henry!
Stop being so troublesome.
How can you be so calm about everything, after all we've seen?
Aggie, for once, will you be told?
We need to get back to the garden.
You're unwell. Just leave it a few more days.
It's only a cold.
Father wants you to rest.
Well, I don't want to. She saw me, Henry. She looked straight at me. How can I rest? Every time I close my eyes, she's there.
Don't upset yourself.
I'm not. But you cannot deny it, Henry. There's a reason why we've seen these things.
I've had enough. I shall return tomorrow.
No, Henry! Don't leave me.
I
Not
need
fair.
it.
By whom?
Hudson. He wishes me to help him today.
That'll always be the way of it. I shall be left behind because I am the girl.
Don't be so silly.
Why am I not needed?
You are unwell. Besides, I'm sure you always going to find some servants at the time.
That's not funny. It's alright for you, Henry. You can do whatever you wish. Born to be a man in a world for man. You'll be alright, Henry. You can have whatever your heart desires. The life of an Englishman.
You'll be well tomorrow. Get some rest.
I will not endure it any longer. I shall cut my hair and wear breeches and burn my petticoats if I wish. I shall study and learn the art of hunting, and I shall be every bit as good as any man.
You shall be bored, completely insane.
I do not wish to spend my days sewing and baking when there is some important job I should be undertaking, just because it is what takes on its face. When you are born to the fairest sex, from the moment you start, buttoning up your dress, you are trapped inside a tower like a fairy tale.
long enough.
I'll be your misery, wedded in a wall.
Watch all I should be when you're meant to be alone. That's the light
How are you feeling today, mistress? I hope you're not tiring her out. She needs to rest.
That's what I've been trying to tell her.
Perhaps you should be on your way. I dare say Hudson has some jobs for you. Henry! Don't worry now. We'll be right as rain in no time. I'm fine now! Come now. I know it's hard being stuck inside. Here, I brought you a cross stitch to keep you entertained.
Thank you, Tilly. That was very thoughtful. But don't you think a burst of fresh air will do the trick?
Tomorrow. The garden will still be there tomorrow. Now, shall I get you some soup?
And crusty bread?
Of course. You just like your father when you smile.
Am I? I'd be so proud, Tilly. My father was a politician. I'd have told the world.
You'll be proud of him again. I'm sure of it. Now, I'll just go and get your soup. 1:16 to Mr. Drew.
Thank you. Has he always lived here?
Mr. Drew? No. Bought the house about 10 years ago. Bought it from a lawyer, I think. Before that, it was owned by one of the mill owners. He lived here with his wife and his daughter. This was her room. They moved away after the daughter died. Couldn't bear to be here without her.
But why would Mr. Drew buy it?
I'm not sure. He must have really wanted it though. Apparently he paid much more than it's worth.
That girl that died.
Don't worry. She didn't die in here.
She died in the garden. Didn't she?
How did you know that?
Just a guess, really.
I won't be a minute.
How's that sister of yours?
Improving.
Glad to hear it.
It was just a cold, really.
She'll be good as new in no time.
I know. I'm making most of the peace and quiet.
Look, I'm not one to interfere, but I have wondered what you were doing out in the garden, in the storm, asking for trouble, that is.
Looking back, it wasn't most sensible. I'm afraid it all sounds a little foolish.
Try.
Well, she saw something. We both did. Things that couldn't be there. People that couldn't.
The girl you saw in the garden?
Yes. And others. But she died.
Aye, she did. A good 60 odd years ago.
You know of her.
No one else has seen her though.
Then how can that be?
It is often better in my humble experience not to think too much. Happen if you do, your head might burst open. Sin.
I keep going over and over it in my head. But there's no reasonable explanation. How can that happen?
Who knows why anything happens? Sometimes it just does. Does she frighten you, this girl?
No, not at all. She's quite wonderful. We both agree. It's just, so convinced we that she was real. It came as quite a shock. That's what...
Quite often, things aren't what you expect them to be.
And the way you see things isn't always the right way.
What do you mean?
There are a group of soldiers marching, 100 or more. One of them is marching out of time. In the crowd they point and whisper, making fun of his lack of skill. Has anyone considered he might be the only one in time with the music and life? It might be everyone else that's wrong, just because he hears the music differently. His might be the truest beat of all.
What are you trying to say? Are you talking about father?
No, I won't presume to, although of course that is also possible.
Was it?
Well, could be. All that folk keep saying about your father, they might be seeing it all wrong as well.
Father could be the only one marching in time to the music.
Like you said, unlikely.
But not impossible.
Well, you never know.
Master Henry, your sister grows tired of her own company. Could you go back inside? I think she might rather like to see this. Mr. Hudson, you must fetch a doctor at once.
Mr. Drew,
He's taken a turn. He's not got long left.
has he spoken of anything?
He's confused, mumbling about finally having the answers, about being able to rest. Oh, bless his soul, he's delirious. Please, hurry.
I don't want to know that the Earl is terribly handsome. I don't want to know that his children are awfully bright and wonderfully charming, and she's all too settled there.
That isn't what she said.
Then tell me, what does she say?
I think of you often, the two of you, on this journey we've begun. When I feel as if I've forgotten how to smile, I think of you. I'm sending you a book of poetry by William Blake, songs of innocence and experience. When I was near girl, he quite stole my heart. Somehow, it made me think of you too. At the beginning of your new road, innocent. Yet somehow, when you reach experience, you will be changed forever. Do keep smiling, my sweet children. I hope you are finding reasons to like your new home, and are able to see things a little more clearly now. Our ride again for the is over. With fondest regards, Kitty.
How wonderful. The children are horrid and the Earl is beastly.
Happy.
And I'm satisfied. She'll never be able to teach guitars. Not really.
Something to read. Like quite nice.
It is strange. Whilst we have been watching others learning in the garden, we've been quite a brilliant approach to our studies.
We are learning of things I'm sure will never be required to study.
Yes, and I long to know more. I grow tired of these four walls. Tomorrow, I will return to the garden.
Who wishes to read aloud? Come now, don't be shy. You're all doing so well. I will read this, but not first. But I so love to listen to you all.
What are we to read?
A poem by a wonderful man.
William Blake.
Yes, little Nell, that's right.
Why do people write poems?
Because they like to play with words.
Muddle them up and make nonsense of them more like.
Take them, give them life, make them dance.
Poets find a beautiful way of saying something important, meaningful.
Is this poem meaningful?
That is not for me to say. You must read it first and see what you think.
I will read this.
Come along. It is called The Little Black Boy.
My mother bore me in the southern wild, and I am black, but all my soul is black. White as an angel is the
round the tents of God like lambs we join.
I'll shade you from the heat till we come to live in joy upon our Father's knee. And then I'll stand and stroke his silver hair, and be like him, and he will then love me. What does it mean when he talks of lambs rejoicing?
Who is the poem about?
The black boy.
Is he a slave?
We do not know.
Never said he was.
Likely he is.
Why do you say that?
Because you can tell he's sad.
I don't think he's sad. I think he's happy and proud and loves his mother and his God.
He's likely a slave in colour at least.
What do you mean?
If he was a little white boy, he wouldn't ask if he was a slave.
I'm sorry.
You have done nothing wrong. You asked a question. You were curious. There is no harm in that. I didn't mean no harm.
It's okay. You didn't say anything to offend him.
What is the fuss about this boy?
He's only Negro. No opinion about his own or anything. Just
He's different. Not like us white folk.
If we didn't take slaves, would they come and take us in the night? The plantations are making this England richer. Richer? Then why are we seeing none of it? Can't believe you can feel that way.
I'm only saying how I feel.
You spent 2 years at my side in that workhouse. We were slaves.
Well, this boy's different.
Are you not different to me?
No.
You are. In my eyes you are.
We can't.
Well, it holds my blood. I cannot reason with it.
He should probably spend his whole life enslaved in one way or another.
Sadly, I cannot disagree with you.
Perhaps one day we'll awaken to a new day, where a man is not assumed a slave just because he is a black man.
I fear there will always be slavery of one kind or another.
especially lesser men like that men. I'm only saying what some other folk think. Not me.
No lesser in the eyes of God.
When he meets God in heaven, the colour of his skin doesn't matter.
It is a tragedy what he must endure on earth before he finally feels worthy and loved by his God.
My father's had to struggle all his life. Trapped, enslaved by the life he was born to, and I was set to follow him until I came here. But he had never had to experience the indignities and unmentionable sufferings that our black brothers have suffered at our hands. I, for one, am ashamed to live in an island that encourages a man to sail to any part of the world he wishes, take it as his own, force the men and women native to that land into a ship to be sailed away. It is quite the most unimaginable horror.
I should rather live in poverty than earn my fortune by that means.
It is a wonderful poem.
And is it meaningful? Yes, miss. It makes one to cry. Not for the little boy's suffering, because he's wise and forgiving and has no hate in him. I want to cry for the ignorance of other men. I want to stand beside the boy and hold his hand and love him as God does. And you read it beautifully now. I tell you, you will read this whole book of poems. I didn't believe it first, but now I'm sure of it. I must close the gate soon.
Just wish this isn't a sun a while longer.
Will your father not worry?
He's not my father.
I see.
I need only a moment, for if I am late, he will be angry.
Mary, something saddens you.
I cannot tell, so please do not ask.
You are safe here.
Calls me beautiful, and why does he make me feel so ugly? is, but I am no lady.
You are every bit as much a lady as I am.
Mistress.
You are good and honest and fair and most gracious.
Thank you, kindly.
There are good men. Mary, what of Jacob? He could never hurt anyone. He's a kind and loving boy who will grow into a wonderful man. What of him?
He truly is all you say he is.
Well then, Mary.
I fear he only has eyes for one girl. He will only ever have one mistress.
Mary.
I must go now, miss.
I do not want you to go. You must stay here.
There is nothing to be done.
Hello, Agnes, where are you?
We were told we might find you out here.
We have returned.
Accompanied your mother on her homeward journey.
Mother has come home.
I could not understand it either.
And we converse only through this gate.
No, Harry, don't!
This is your wonderful garden.
I must admit, I am quite excited to see the wonder in it.
It all depends on how you see things, I suppose.
I always find that the best method is with one's eyes open.
And I always find that the best method of seeing things is with one's mind open.
Has Mother been well? Being away from the strait is all has certainly eased her suffering.
Father has missed her.
And it would seem that she has missed him.
Although I can't imagine why.
They love each other dearly.
Indeed.
As I said, I often find the best method of seeing things is with one's mind open.
I'm sure that's how we've been able to see the ghost.
Ghosts!
I had no doubt that whatever melody my father has chosen to hum to, or whichever beat he has chosen to march to, you would find error in it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Has your father taken to learning musical instruments?
Is he to become a travelling minstrel?
I think that one day, all the tongues that have wagged about him will be silenced. I think that you are most discourteous to speak about him the way you do. And I think you are very wrong about him.
Come along, Henry. Let us run into Mother and Father.
Go.
Our cousins have been changed by this stench in the air.
The factory fumes have played with their sensibilities.
Ghost in the garden?
I've never heard quite more ridiculous. William, what on earth are you doing?
Why? There's someone at the gate. Look,
William, I am not amused by you.
you there. What do you want?
There is no one there.
A wretch of a girl.
William, stop this at once.
She is gone now. You have frightened her.
There was no one there.
I do not like it here.
This garden will come in our mind. Please stay here a moment longer. William!
Well done. That is enough reading for today.
You look tired, mistress.
I am fine.
You're pale too.
I didn't sleep very well, that is all.
Alone last night in the dark for the first time. I didn't feel scared.
Is now to be scared of no more.
And the whole world's what followed.
I am so glad for you.
I never allowed myself to dream, but now I can't stop.
And what do you dream about?
William Blake. I find myself reciting his poems in my sleep.
I dream about the things I can do and the places I can go.
Those dreams need not be dreams anymore.
What does Jacob dream of, I wonder?
Probably marrying an educated, beautiful young woman. Living happily ever after.
Changing the world, perhaps.
I am too restless to dream.
There must be something you long for in life.
Dreams are well and good in here,
But out there they come from nothing.
Not nothing, sure.
They don't put food on the table or clothes on children.
Has something happened?
No. I'm sorry. Leave it to myself or I might spoil the fun.
I'm changed forever, and it's all down to you, Miss.
That is nonsense.
You've given us a chance, Miss.
Really, you have given yourself a chance. Do not talk so. I wish to hear more of your dreams.
Perhaps we should hear yours first.
Miss, do you think you'll always be a teacher?
I don't know. Sometimes I think I'd like to marry a kind, wonderful man and have children. What about you?
Last night, I imagined myself working in the king's court, wearing the finest dress,
Waiting on the Queen. I should love that.
Working in a court where madness rules.
Well, I rather think that I would like to be Queen and shout at other folk to do what I say.
Your throne would soon come crashing to the ground.
I'd own factories and give folk a decent, honest living.
I'll be a farmer, plant the seed and watch it grow into 1,000 more.
Or be a soldier, take a troop of men and women safely through the war.
I'll be a painter with a brush and not a stroke. I'll change the way we see. I'll be a teacher with the power of the words that set a young mind free.
I'll be a builder, make a home for every man and woman, every child.
Or an explorer, travel far across the lands and over oceans wild.
I'll be a doctor, find a cure for some disease and save my patient's life. I'll be a judge of fighting seizures, but that's every innocent son survives. On every breeze that blows, we learn with every seed we sow. In turn, the seasons change, we grow. In the garden, in the garden. One more day, we'll find the answer in the light in this place of the sun. Who is the God? One more chance in the garden. Let me stay. We'll see the here where I belong in heaven. Don't take me now. The faces of the children. Just give me one more day. Every breeze that blows, we learn with every seed we sow. In turn, the seasons change, we grow. In the garden, in the garden. I'll be a farmer, plant a seed and watch it grow into 1,000 more. I'll be a soldier, take a troop of men and women safely through the war. I'll be a painter with a brush and not a stroke, I'll change the way we see. I'll be a teacher with the power of the words that set a young mind free. I'll be a builder, make a home for every man and woman, every child. I'll every explorer, travel far across the lands and over
to find a wounded bird in the garden. Would I be wrong to help it? To nurse it to strength?
I am not wounded. I was perfectly well until I came here. Until you showed me things. You told me things. It is this which has become my troubles.
Somebody has clipped your wings. You must learn to fly, sweet boy.
I can't.
Just think of the things you can see from up there.
I am not like you.
Your natural talent for mathematical reasoning far exceeds mine. If you were to study...
I have made up my mind. I should not return to the garden again.
I cannot pretend to understand you. But I will not challenge you. You know your own mind. You can take a horse to water. It is much the same with learning.
Perhaps I like what I can see from here. No need to view it from the sky. To be forever questioning why, wondering how, reasoning what, when and where. It is somehow easier not to care. Perhaps I know what I can feel from here. No need to see it from up there. To somehow find I'm learning to care. Living to learn, loving to look down below. It is somehow easier not to know. Maybe I don't want to climb any higher. I have no desire to be at because if I keep going, I won't want to stop. And there's no point to it all when there'll always be someone to tell me no further. There's nothing for the likes of you to back. I won't be able to part with it when I've got it. I will be clasping it in my pocket. I'll never let go of all the things I know.
If this is all you want to see, for tomorrow and eternity, that is your choice. All I hoped for was to give you I won't ask you to come back here. I can't make you learn. I won't let you stay in the garden. I will feel sad at having lost you. That brilliant mind of yours. But know this, I do understand. Some rivers are just too wide to go. Do not be too proud to come back if you change your mind.
I will not. I feel what you're doing here is giving a hope of life that can never be.
Don't say that! I sincerely hope you are wrong.
So do I. can't. Please let me back in. Cassandra! Cassandra, let me help you.
Cruel and heartbreaking.
Please, let me back in.
What it looks at Henry.
Cassandra?
She's gone.
Master! Mistress! It's Mr. Drew. He's gone. Just a moment ago. He was peaceful.
It's amazing how they all work together. To protect the Queen.
It seems that way when you look at it.
They don't question him. They just serve her.
Or she serves them. Her whole life she's trapped by the worker bees, meeting her every need. Giving her food, disposing of waste. But one day, another young queen will be nurtured to strength. And the worker bees will cluster tightly around the old queen until she dies.
It's ruthless.
In favour one day,
It's awful.
not so different as with people. The moment someone has power to really make things happen, how quick others can be to turn on them. Are you finding it quieter these days?
Yes. It's a little strange now that she's gone.
Perhaps she's finally at peace. And perhaps that was something to do with you and that sister of yours.
I know she can be quite prideful, but really, she's terribly sorry for all of this.
I know that. Sometimes when people are hurting, they can lash out.
She's much more like a father than I am.
From what I know of you, you're every bit your father's son and should be proud of that.
Hide me away, let nobody find me not. Today, I wish I'd shut my eyes. The greatest sorrow I cannot distance. And now, hiding in your arms, together you and I will wait. Mistress.
And what will happen to you with Mr. Drew gone?
From what I know, no owners have been found. If I'm lucky, they'll keep me on.
They would be most foolish not to. I suppose we'll go now. I should be awfully sad to leave.
Why would you want to do a silly thing like that?
I just mean when the new owners come.
But you are the new owners.
What do you mean?
Mr. Drew left the house and grounds to your father. I'm sure it makes little sense to you.
To father? But why?
Because there are few men in this world with as much goodness and integrity as our Mr. Drew, and your father is one of them.
After everything he did, what was it he did? Do you know?
Aye, I do. Or you might discover it for
He
yourself.
was thrown out of the Tory party. Shamed by them.
Because they didn't much care for the beat he was marching to.
I don't follow.
Your father proposed something that would change this world forever. He believed that every person had the right to learn, whatever their circumstances or social standing.
And they threw him out. Humiliated him. Made it look like he had caused a scandal.
It was a scandal. He wasn't afraid to be heard and they don't like it. They don't want all the poor ignorant folk getting above themselves. If all the wretches from the streets could read and write, they might start thinking they could be better. They could be more. They'd realise how badly they've been treated all these years.
Father was fighting for the right for people to learn. How can that be wrong?
He's still fighting. What do you think he's doing for hours and them locked away in that study of his?
Looking so stupid. Wasn't Mr. Drew?
Mr. Drew were just like him. He wasn't afraid to be heard either. Spent his life fighting to put an end to slavery. For years and years his efforts seemed unfruitful. But then, in 1833, the slaves in the West Indies were given a freedom. Mr. Drew has been waiting for someone of remarkable integrity. Your father must keep fighting him.
Thank you.
This is for you and your sister, from Mr. Drew. Now, I think there might be a certain someone you might need to find.
Of course. Agnes!
Little Nell. We can't see me. Mistress, can someone let us in? We didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Please, wait!
Aggie, the most wonderful thing.
She locked them out.
We've been entirely wrong about Father. He was trying to do a good thing, just like Sandra. He was fighting for the right for people to learn. For education. For everyone.
I've never felt so ashamed. You must go to him.
Wait. There's more. Mr. Drew left the house to Father. Hudson said he's been waiting for someone like him to come along. And he gave me this.
Open it then, for heaven's sake.
Dear children, I must first apologise for not introducing myself earlier. My name is Jacob Drew. I have watched you exploring and all the discoveries you have made along the way. I myself have not set foot in the garden for many years, but I always think of it with great fondness. When I bought this house, I closed the garden, the one place where everything was high and began, where I became someone. I wanted the garden to serve as an eternal reminder of the magic that once happened here, and as a memorial to the most wonderful young woman who changed my life, my friend, my teacher, Cassandra. I'm leaving the key to the garden in your safekeeping, to do with it as you wish. I am sure you will do what is right. Vitae dissonance. We learn for life. Your most humble friend, Jacob Drew.